I'm Ben Alexander, and I have autism. And I want to first start thanking the parents who have taken on the challenge of parenting. It's not for everybody, and it's definitely not easy. And I understand the challenges that come with parenting. And as you see from the title of the video, we're going to talk about the child's perspective because I am not a parent. I have no idea what it's like. And I just want to come on how I've experienced my parents and trying to give as much helpful advice as I possibly can, because I know parenting is a big topic in the autism community a lot, because parenting is huge when it comes to shaping an autistic person's life. And I do agree about that. So that's why I address this, and I have a parenting YouTube channel, which of course is explaining things from the child side. I have a playlist, so you can check that out when you're done with this video. And, you know, I'm so thankful for my parents because they sacrificed. And are my parents perfect? No. But at the end of the day, I have a roof over my head. I have food on the table. Those are some of the things I take for granted all the time because maybe there's something that I want, like having a job, you know, having my own place in a way because I live with my parents, you know, so I can, you know, not put as much of a burden on them by them paying my bills because, you know, I'm unemployed. You know, that would be awesome to be able to relieve them of that burden. But right now I don't have money, and I'm trying to come up with a way to have a stable career, and that's really where I'm at right now. And I respect my parents for making that sacrifice for me, and even as a child, because there was no way 5-year-old Ben could hold a job. There's just no way. There's not a single 5-year-old that could even hold a job. So it's like you had to have your parents sacrifice for you and be able to have a job so that, you know, as a child, as 5-year-old Ben can eat on the table. And I do think as children, we need to do our parents a favor by respecting them, by being on our best behavior, and just trying to not give our parents a bad rep. And I think that's important too. Is the last thing I would want to do is give my parents a bad rep, because one, they're going to be mad at me, you know, and two, it's going to be an ugly situation for everybody, and I want to try to avoid everybody of ugly situations. And I do believe that a family is a team. You know, with the parents is the ultimate authority, but I do think the best families allow their children to have input. You know, be like, hey, you know, I think this is the best formula. What do you think? Or this is the best, or how do you feel about this? You know, parents try to model great behavior for their kids and try to live in a way that makes people want to, you know, do well for them. You know, it actually will make your life more successful if you have somebody role modeling success and knowing what that role model is. And parents need a role model success, and that's what I would want as a child, is my parents role modeling success. And, you know, I think that's important. And also teamwork skills. I think you got to learn how to work with a team. You know, the best way to work in a team is being in a family. Like, you know, you got to work as a team. You know, you got to figure out, like, you know, chores, showering, you know, all that stuff. Just trying to figure out the logistics of everything. And again, when you're trying to work logistics into everybody's schedule, that's where the teamwork aspect comes in. And again, like I said, I understand this could be a touchy topic because, you know, family can hurt people, and there's a lot of families that have hurt children and have hurt the development of them and really kind of ruined their lives because of it, and that's really sad. And I kind of want to tell you what a good family is like and the things that I've experienced in my own family. You know, we have great chemistry with each other. We hold each other accountable to a standard of integrity and high morality. And really as a kid, I'm looking for my parents to take the pressure of life off of me, while also being like, this is realistic too. I'm going to be there when times are tough. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say is, parents are there when the times are tough because, everybody's going to go through tough times, whether they like it or not. That's just life. And I know it sucks, but it is what it is. You can't avoid tough times. Everybody's going to have to do something they don't want to have to do, and they're going to have to do tough things in order to succeed in life. That's just the thing that you just have to do. But at the same time, it is hard to do that, and it's very, very difficult to go against your flesh and your feelings. It's like, I feel like doing this. So you end up making, the feelings end up causing you to make stupid decisions. And it's for me too. I let my feelings get the best of me too. So you are not alone. And that's why I think we need grace, because everybody's like that. Everybody's let their feelings get the best of them. And having a great parent is just the grace. And, my parents have always taught me grace and all that stuff, to have grace to other people. And I do appreciate my parents for teaching me that. And as me, I need to show grace to my parents, even though it can be difficult sometimes. And, it's the other way around, where it's like parents need to show children grace, even though it's difficult. It's hard. And at the same time, you could hold somebody accountable, like, dish out consequences or whatever, but also it's like, through that, there's discipline and knowing that you're going to be a better person, and just communicating to kids, like, I love you. This decision was not good, but I still love you anyway, and I'm going to still be on your side, and just show the grace and mercy part of it. Where it's like, it's the only reason I did this is because I want the best out of you, and that's kind of what. And that's hard. And that's hard because it's like, well, wait, you just punished somebody. Like, what the heck? Like, how is that person going to be able to recover? But it's like, I think it's the grace. It's the grace of the parents that has to be able to shine through. Because if there's no grace, eventually the kid is going to get angry, and when they move out of the house, they're never going to want to talk to your parents again, because it's like, what the heck? Like, you make and then kids are going to see, you're going to make a lot of mistakes in life, and it's like, wow, you're harder on me than you're on yourself. Really? Like, this is not good modeling, or you're not a good role model, so I'm never going to talk to you again. That type of thing is, yeah, and I think that's a issue. And I mean, and again, at the same time, I think there's part of me where it's like, I feel like we've created a society where it's like we pressure people to parent instead of teaching people that it's okay to learn how to parent before you become a parent, instead of rushing in the parenting, thinking that you have a limited time clock. It's like, I don't believe in a limited time clock, because it's like there's always adoption, and again, if you're going to be a parent, I want you to do it correctly. That's my point. And, if you're in a position, it's like, hey, I don't really want to parent. I have no desire to parent. That's cool too. That's kind of where I'm at too. And also people are like, I want to parent, but I don't have the resources to be able to parent the child correctly and to be able to provide for the child and feed for the child. And, if you're struggling with that too, it's like, it's okay not to have kids. Like, and I know people are going to be like, oh, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I think it's better to have a kid being raised by a good family that has the resources and providing the emotional regulation and teaching them good morality and, putting the kids on the right track instead of on the wrong track. And unfortunately, life happens and things happen, and a lot of kids, my mom's a school aide and all that stuff, and she talks about a lot of kids have been going down the wrong paths because of, lack of parenting, I guess, or parents making bad decisions for the kid. And that's sad to me. And I just don't want that to happen. And, and again, I thank every parent for doing that. And my point is, if you want to parent. If you don't, that's fine too. I've been saying that, and, I did my Valentine's Day, where it's the same thing with marriage. It's kind of like, if you want to get married, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine. No big deal. It's kind of the same thing with kids having children, because it's a big responsibility that I don't believe everybody is intended to have. And I know we're talking about population. It's like, we want to have a large population of children. And yes, that's a good thing. And I do believe a lot of people want kids. And I'm in the minority. I'm okay with being in the minority. Like, I have no issues with that. I do think a lot of people want kids. And that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. And I'm not saying that at all. I don't want to attack either side. That's kind of my goal about this video. And not insulting parents, but also not insulting single people. Because sometimes it's like, you can't find the perfect mate, because it's like, it's better, or you know what I mean, like, find a good mate that's going to support them, Some people just can't find that mate, and, what do you say to those people? And I say to those people, singleness is a gift from the Lord. It absolutely is, like marriage is a gift from the Lord. And that's kind of the things where I go out to parenting with children with autism, and that's a whole different challenge. And I do think having and being a child on the spectrum, it got a little bit challenging. I'm sure my parents had restless nights. They're like, oh, how am I supposed to parent this kid? And I'm sure I didn't make it easy on them, but, I made it here today. I'm alive, I'm going to be 25 in less than a couple months. It will actually be my birthday on April 7th, 2000, so I'll be 25 in less than a couple months now. So, yeah, I'm almost 25 years old, so, I've been able to make it through, and, as an autistic person, it's kind of amazing where I've come into my life, where I've come from, and I credit God for that, and I'll end it with that, and especially about April. So on New Year's Day, my New Year's message, my New Year's video, I talked about a mystery series, and I know I've talked about it in lots of videos, but I just want to remind you that my challenge is still up, 1,000 subscribers by April 1st, and I did look at the calendar. So I have planned the mystery series to release in April, so a couple weeks after that, after the April 1st deadline, and I'll be able to just reveal that to you either April 1st if I get 1,000 subscribers, or later. And I guess I want to explain why I'm doing this, give you transparency why I'm doing this challenge. Well, I'm just trying to reach more autistic people. I'm trying to reach more people and trying to have a rational voice for the autistic community. And I feel like I'm being rational with my thoughts here. And that's the goal, is just trying to be a rational voice for the autism community. And I want rational voices like myself and other autistic influencers to be well known. And I'm just trying to give people hope, and that's why I'd appreciate if you subscribe, share, turn on YouTube notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. And, I'm just here to help people on the spectrum live a better life. And I'll see you in the next video.